Your bite-sized daily roundup of the biggest news from the world of film. This is the Daily Reel with Van Connor.
Good morning, it's Tuesday, May the 25th. Birthday to Octavia Spencer, Mike Myers and Ian McKellen, Zazie Beetz and Cillian Murphy. It's the day both Star Wars and Return of the Jedi were released in 1977 and 1983. No one could hear you screaming in space when Alien arrived in cinemas today in 1979. Marty hit the Old West in Back to the Future 3 today in 1990. And Michael Bay's Pearl Harbor arrived in cinemas today in 2001. But today, back here in 2021, Timothee Chalamet will lead the forthcoming Charlie and the Chocolate Factory prequel Wonka as the titular chocolatier himself. The exact details of the film's plot remain a closely guarded secret, but the feature will explore the upbringing and early adulthood of Roald Dahl's beloved literary icon Willy Wonka. What little we do now know has been expanded upon with Chalamet's casting, as representatives for the Little Women actor have confirmed that the movie will in fact be a musical, and that Chalamet will be doing his own singing and dancing in the picture. The character has famously been played twice before, first in 1971's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, which starred the inimitable Gene Wilder in arguably his most iconic role, and secondly, of course, in Tim Burton's ill-advised remake in 2005, which saw Johnny Depp memorably putting his own spin on the material. The latter film did make space during its extended runtime to give Wonka a limited backstory. His father was apparently a dentist who hated sweets, but it's unlikely that'll be carried over to this new interpretation. Wonka will be directed by Paddington helmer Paul King, with production expected to begin this September, and the film currently slated for the 17th of March 2023.
I have loved you ever since I've known you, Joe. I couldn't help it. And I tried to show and you wouldn't let me, which is fine. No. But I must make you here now and give me an answer because I cannot go on like this any longer.
Please
I gave up billiards. I gave up everything you didn't like. I'm happy I did. It's fine. And I waited and I never complained because I figured you'd love me, Joe.
Director Adam Wingard, fresh off the success of Godzilla vs. Kong, has signed on to lead Universal's comic book feature Hardcore. The adaptation, which he'll co-write with Will Simon, will be based on a story by the Walking Dead creator Robert Kirkman, and centers around the so-called Hardcore program, a biotech system which can turn anybody into a human drone to allow agents to get to targets they normally couldn't reach. Following Hardcore operative Agent Drake, the feature will see him stranded in a body with only 72 hours to discover who's hijacked the program, in a world where anybody could suddenly become a threat. Wingard's currently got a busy slate ahead of him, having already agreed to give Warner Bros. An animated Thundercats film, Legendary another Monsterverse title, and Paramount a Face-Off sequel. It's currently not clear in which order he intends to tackle said projects. As such, rather understandably, no release date for Hardcore has been set as yet.
That is the discovery of the millennium. You can't strip it for parts.
Hold it.
Star of Legion and owner of an improbably badass name, Amber Midthunder will lead the next Predator movie. Coming from Dan Trachtenberg, the feature, codenamed Skulls, will be a drastic paring down compared to previous installments. A period piece, the film will take place in pre-colonized America, revolving around a Comanche woman who goes against gender norms and traditions to become a warrior capable of fending off an aggressive hunter from another world. Described as a mostly dialogue-free, one-on-one survival thriller, the film's reportedly been in production since 2018, shortly after the release of the last Predator film, Shane Black's 2018 effort, The Predator. That flick released a commercial success, but tepid reactions from critics and fans, and clearly merited a directional change for the franchise. No release schedule for Skulls is known as yet, but shooting's expected to begin in the next couple of months.
So how'd she end up stitched in David's memory?
This would be an awesome place to have a friend. Helicopters coming in, gunships, ninjas on fast ropes.
Why?
I don't know. Let's ask the doctor.
Released in UK cinemas today is the Irish abortion documentary The Eighth, while Netflix gets the Spider-Man MCU sequel Far From Home, and Christian Petzold's The State I'm In comes to Mubi. Released 36 years ago yesterday, the James Bond adventure A View to a Kill airs tonight on ITV4, followed by Rush Hour 2. Crocodile Dundee 2, Snatched and The Last Witch Hunter on Film 4. And on Sony Movies, you can see the Paul Walker drama Hours, followed by Baby Driver and the Joseph Gordon-Levitt thriller Premium Rush. While the Sky Cinema and Now premiere today is the plush horror comedy Benny Loves You. That was the Daily Reel for Tuesday, May the 25th. Keep it cinematic, and we'll see you tomorrow.
The Daily Reel is a Candystore production, presented by Van Connor and written by Calvin Prickett. All information is correct at the time of writing, and source links are in the description for each episode. Don't forget to rate, review and subscribe on all good podcast platforms, or ask Alexa to install the Daily Reel skill for your morning flash briefing. Follow the show on social at Daily Reel Pod, and we'll be back every weekday. Until then, keep it cinematic.